Just, it's a long day, I think. Certainly for a coach to sit in a hotel all day and watch. I think we've watched, 7 games before we got a chance to play. So, didn't exactly start off the first half the way we needed to. We've talked a lot about playing hard. And I just mentioned to our team after the game, I thought maybe we were going through the motions a little bit with playing hard. We gave up some transition, got out rebounded by 8 or 9 in the first half, and made it pretty difficult on ourselves. And challenged the team in the second half at halftime to come out and play an honest effort type defense, and it was it was a really good second half. I thought it all started with our defense, and when you play as hard as we did defensively, the rim opened up. Offensively, we hit a bunch of threes, ended up out rebounding them by 20 or something in the second half, and it shared the basketball. We had great performances by a bunch of people, but it's good to get that one out of the way, and everybody here on the night shift. I know it's been a long day, and it's good to have that one behind us. Even in the first half, we turned it over, gave up some missed layups, in transition, and they were getting 2 and 3 offensive rebounds. They just played harder. And the second half, we got them to miss, and they had one chance at it, and then we were able to get out and transition and play. I had no idea that there was that much of a disparity in the rebounding, between those 2 halves, but it's kind of an indication or an example of what happens when you really get after it defensively. And then even offensive boards. I thought Jakob and Chris Reyes specifically in the second half, when we missed some, gave us extra opportunities and a big lift in there with a little more physical nature. And we finished, and we actually made some some free throws. As far as getting from one end of the floor to the other, we got stops. He wasn't necessarily rebounding all the time. We did a great job rebounding collectively, and he get from that 90 feet one end of the floor to the other, and I thought he really opened up the game for us. Maybe with the foul trouble in the first half was a little bit fresher, and the reality of it is that Stanford played last night and played some guys some high volume. We spoke of that at halftime. I witnessed it in the Colorado-Oregon game, and I think that's got to be part of the plan. And you'd like to think, in the perfect setting, that that's part of the benefit of finishing in the top 4 of your league and getting a bye. I think that's a little bit of what we saw with some heavy legs with Stanford. And Jakob was unbelievable. He got out and got some early layups, and he also put some heat on whoever was back on defense. Oftentimes, Smalls had to take him in the hole, and it allowed DeLon, as you saw him push the tempo. And I thought it set up a lot of other guys to continue to put the pedal to the metal a little bit and put some heat on him in transition. But it really started with Jakob, I thought, storming down the court. It has been a little sluggish. We didn't finish the season as well as we would have liked. But the reality of the situation is we played 4 out of our last 6 on the road. And we lost to a really good Arizona team at home. I mean, it's not rocket science for us. We talked about this in our press conference. But everybody wanted to know how we're going to get. We lost 3 out of our last 5. We lost, and the reality is we were in it. It's a 2-possession game at Oregon, right down to the wire, and we didn't make the plays that we needed to make. And it's hard to win on the road and lose a tough game to Arizona, and then we go into Washington at the end of the year, and we didn't. It's still a tie ball game with a couple minutes to go. So it's been a while since we've played well. We haven't had a great home environment. This felt great for us. It's been a little bit of a while, get out on a neutral court, and I think our fans travel really well right there with Arizona as far as coming and supporting us, and it was a big boost, but it did feel good to kind of get some of that mojo back, which we really haven't felt much of, with the exception of the Arizona State game. That's our last 6 games. We played really well against Arizona State, and it was a little bit of sluggish the other way around, so it was good. I think it's a high energy. I watched the first half of the Colorado game today. They got down early and put some heat on some people, pressure, got some turnovers. I think they're playing undersized compared to most teams right now. But as I watch them, it's a high energy offensive team that they move the basketball real well with Dana's motion. That he's run for years, and it puts people in positions where they can succeed. There's a lot of isolation basketball, one-on-one basketball. The ball moves kind of equal opportunity, a little bit based on matchups. And then you've got, the player of our league, the player of the year in our league, who's kind of the head of the snake and had 30-something today that I think gives them a little bit of a swagger and makes them feel, pretty good about what they're doing. But that team's, they're playing with an awful lot of confidence right now, and it's a scrappy bunch.